Now let's talk about what you can realistically influence without burning yourself out. So, your resting metabolic rate is mostly influenced by body size and muscle mass. You can't micromanage it day to day, but you can support it long term. So, let's look at what those top levers that you actually have the ability to impact are. NEAT, the non exercise activity, on the other hand, is highly flexible. Research shows that NEAT can differ by hundreds of calories per day between individuals based purely on daily movement patterns. This is easily affected by energy restriction. It will reduce drastically if you are not consuming enough or have not slept enough, making it seem like you have hit a plateau when you are really just not consuming enough to support this background movement. Then we have our exercise activity. It's the energy you burn during our planned workouts. Our strength training, our conditioning, our sports, cardio, they all fall into this category. Now, that this exercise activity is important, but it works best when it adds to your life, not when it drains. So, this is also something we don't want to completely overdo and not recover well. So, if you have worked out heavily in the past, like some of my collegiate athletes, this may have been a bigger slice of the pie, so to speak. But in the professional world and the average adult population, it is a much smaller portion than we like to think it is. Now, TEF, the thermic effect of food, reminds us that food quality actually matters. Protein, as we've learned, has the highest thermic effect. About 10 or 20 to 30% of its calories are used to process it, compared to about 5 to 10% for carbs and 0 to 3% for fats. Now, we also find that whole foods have a larger impact than processed foods on the thermic effect because the body has to work harder to break it down. And those are particularly foods that are high in fiber. So think about it like this. Your body does really well when it has exercise. It likes to put in that work. So does your gut. If your gut is actually doing a little bit more work to break down those whole foods, then it is much, much happier. Now, sleep and recovery matter because they directly affect how your body regulates energy, appetite, and muscle repair. So if we have inadequate sleep, it has been shown to reduce insulin sensitivity, increase our hunger signals, impair muscle protein synthesis, and shift weight loss towards more lean mass rather than fat mass, which makes your metabolism harder to support even when calories or training look like they're quote unquote right. Now, I won't mention more about protein as we have that covered, but this is just a quick reminder that this is why Momentum looks at more than workouts and calories. We want to understand your full metabolic picture. And you don't always need more intensity. You need better support across that non-exercise activity, exercise, food quality, and recovery. So think about it like this. We've got small inputs, and we want to look at those so that we can have the most impact. So I want you to look through, identify one of the levers that feels easiest to support this week. Which one, or maybe the one that you just want to put more focus on because it feels like you're missing that key point there. It's up to you, but use this information and take a look at what you're actually doing and where you want to put that focus.